So dynasties of ancient Egypt. So last time we did read them. Now we're going to go try to summarize them to make them easier to study, because there are some information that are important. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So first we need to know that the pharaonic era is further divided into 31 dynasties. Okay. So the first important note, the how we do pharaonic era is further divided into 31 dynasties. Okay. Do you know what's a dynasty?
The definitions in the lecture. So
Yeah, it's like an
it said something as it's like there's like a secession, something like that.
sulalat. It's like a type of people, we can say. Okay.
Okay.
So different.
And yeah, it's
Yeah.
right there. A succession of rulers from the same family.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start. Ancient age dynasty. So this is the first one that we need to. So let's write it. The ancient age dynasties. You see, so this is not only one, it's different. So this is the first and the second dynasties that ruled until 2700 BC. Okay, so the first and the second dynasties that ruled up until 2700 BC. Okay. So what this dynasty was famous about? They were famous about men who managed to unify the upper and lower Egypt. Okay, so we can say that this dynasty is unified. They unified the upper and lower Egypt, ancient Egypt. Okay. You remember the upper and lower ancient Egypt? Guys,
Yes.
you remember the lower and upper Egypt? Can you hear me or no?
Yes.
Okay, upper and lower Egypt, do you remember them?
Yes. Upper. The
Yes.
upper Egypt is
Upper,
in-
lower, north, and south. Like
Oh.
those are the nicknames.
Okay, so the ancient age dynasties, they unified the both. So now they became one Egypt. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, they also established the city of Memphis. Okay. So they
Yeah.
established the city of Memphis. Good. Is it easier to read them like this? Like I'm doing on the word?
Uh-huh.
Honestly, I don't mind.
Because on the
Anything's
book
fine.
I don't like there are some dates that I don't want you like to focus on, because there are a lot of dates. Just try to like take the most important information. Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
so
Thank
now
you.
we have the old kingdom dynasties. Okay, so now we have the old kingdom. Oops, I was completely dynasties. Okay, so this is include the third and the sixth dynasties. So this is the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth dynasties. Okay. So the third to the sixth dynasties. Okay. They ruled from 2700 BC to 2200 BC. Okay. They were famous about what? I don't know if my voice is cutting off or your voices.
No, we can hear you.
Okay, so what they were famous about? They enjoyed what? Stability, security, and
Enjoy
peace.
stability and
Okay.
stability, security, and peace. Yeah.
So they enjoyed stability, security, and peace. That's why, therefore, the economic, culture, and artistic achievement flourished during this era. Okay, so we can say also economic, cultural, and artistic. What kind of artistic art they have? They are the ones that presented the pyramids.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay. Khufu, Khafra. Khufu, Khafra. And oh my God. And Menkara. Okay. So we have to capitalize M. Okay. So the pyramids, as I said last time, they are still a mystery up to today. Okay.
Okay.
So the first Middle Kingdom dynasty is the 7th to the 14th dynasty. So this is another dynasty. The first Middle Kingdom. The first Middle Kingdom dynasty. Okay, so this is for 7 to 14. Okay, so 7 to 14. We still have a lot. So what they were famous in this age? Okay, so it started when Menthor P2, the Prince of Thebe, managed to reunify the country and founded a strong government. Okay, so we can say Mentopi 2, the Prince of Thebe managed to unify what? To reunify the country and founded a strong government. So what do you think this means? What do we mean by strong government?
pardon, sorry, I think that the voice I hear is like delayed.
Oh, okay. So we have a
I'll try and
delay
fix
in the
something.
voice. So I'll try to like check. Let me try to add to use the headphones mic.
No, don't worry about it, because I think it's just sometimes my microphone settings go off and it's annoying.
Okay, can you hear? Can you still hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Is it better or same?
It's better.
Okay. So What do we
Okay, I
mean by strong
fixed it.
government?
I fixed
They
it.
founded a strong government.
Excuse me?
What do we mean by the strong government?
A strong government means it's economically stable.
Economically stable, and they have like good, for example, army. They know how to defend themselves. They know how to deal
And a
with
good
us.
and a good money source.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So now we have the king and queens of the 12 dynasties acquired fame all over the world, such as, so this is some famous kings and queens. This is not dynasty, so this is general. So we have Thutmose I, the warrior who expanded Egyptian border. We have Akhenaton, the first to call for the one creator. Okay. And Tutankhamun, his son, who gained fame in modern times, also was known as the Boy King because he was very young when he took over the kingdom. And the famous queens at this time was Nefertiti, and the wife of Akhenaton, and Hatshepsut, who ruled Egypt for 20 years. Okay. So these are some famous people. You can read about them. I don't know. Do you want to like memorize them? I don't think it's important. No. So just read them.
No,
Just
yeah.
read them. The names already by themselves are very like complicated. So Akhenaton, Thutmose, Tutankhamun. Okay, and
Yeah.
Nefertiti. So this is not an
What I usually do is I usually like before the quiz starts, like at around 10, I start revising all my lectures.
yeah.
So then if I revise it early, it will stick with me more. So
Oh, so-
I don't forget it during the quiz.
Okay, so no, just let's skip this. This is general information. Okay, so keep them as general information for yourself. Information for yourselves. Okay.
Okay.
So now we have another dynasty, which is the second Middle Age dynasty. This is the 15 to the 17. Okay. So now we're talking about the second Middle Kingdom dynasties, which was from the 15 to 17. Okay. So what happened during this era? Okay, the Hyksos annexed Egypt and occupied the Egyptian land. So this is the war started. Okay. So we can say
Okay.
the let's say Hyksos occupied Egypt. Okay. Yet the Prince of Sibi, led by Ahmose, managed to expel out of Egypt. Okay. So we can write it as another note. So the Prince of Egypt, of Sibi. It was Thebes, correct? Yes. Thebes. Led by Ahmose. Ahmose I كمان managed to expel them out of Egypt. Do you know what's expel them out?
I don't think I do.
It's like throwing the enemies away. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So first the Hyksos occupied Egypt. So this is an enemy came into Egypt. They occupied Egypt. Then the Prince of Thebes, Ahmose, expelled them out. He took the enemy away from his country, from Egypt. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good. Now, the Hyksos, the members of Asian nomadic people who conquered the ruled Egypt between 1725 and 1560. This is also general information. Now let's talk about the modern kingdom dynasties. So this is from the 18 to 20. Okay. So the modern, oops. The modern kingdom dynasties. Okay, so this is from 18 to what? To 20. How many dynasties we still have?
None.
No, if the total is 31 and we reach the 20 now, how many we still have?
31.
We still have 11.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that was the old count. Oh.
So the total is 31. Up to the modern kingdom, we have 20 dynasties. We still have 11, sorry. We will see them
Oh,
in a
okay.
bit. Okay, so after Ahmose expelled the Hyksos, worked to establish. So now we have a strong army in Egypt. Okay. So establishing, we can say, establishing a strong army. So Ramses II, one of the most famous king of the modern kingdom, signed the first peace treaty in history with Hittites. Okay, Hittites. Okay, so Ramses II signed a peace agreement with Hittites. Okay. So during this era, okay, so Hittite is a member of Asian people of Anatolia, whose empire flourished in parts of Western Asia during the second millennium BC. Do you guys like history or no? Ladies, do you ladies
Yeah, I like history.
Yeah.
It's fun as long as we don't memorize it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the
Yeah,
late.
but I prefer to learn about like discoveries and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. I prefer to read, but when it comes to like memorizing stuff, it gets complicated because there are like complicated words.
You know, like learning about the Civil War,
Yeah.
World War II, Christopher Columbus, and all that stuff.
Do you know about the civil war in Lebanon?
We were going to learn about it, but we never got the chance.
Okay, now we have
Sorry, there's some
it's fine.
construction in the building I am in.
No worries. So the late age of dynasties, it's from the 21st to the 31st. So this is the last dynasties. Okay. So the late age dynasties. The late age dynasties. Okay, so this is from 21 to 31. This is the last one. Okay. So what did we have here? So during this era, the Assyrians and Persian occupied Egypt. Okay, so we can say the Assyrians and Persian occupied Egypt. Do you know what's in who are the Persians? Persians, do you know them?
Excuse me?
Do you know the Persians? Who are them? Who are they?
Aren't they the old people who made the alphabet?
No, this is the Phoenician. This is us.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
Persians are the Iranian people. In Iran, they
Yeah,
have Pers. Okay.
Yeah,
Assyrians, can't remember. So the rule of pharaohs, however, was ended during the reign of the 31st dynasty. Okay, so this is
Yeah.
where pharaohs. So the rule of pharaohs was ended during. So we don't have like a
The
pharaoh
31st dynasty.
during the reign of 31st dynasties. Okay.
Yeah.
So after that, we have like normal people who ruled Egypt, not pharaohs. Okay. So when Alexander the Great conquered Egypt in 32, so also we can say Alexander the Great. So this is a good story, Alexander. You can read about it if you want.
Okay.
Occupied also Egypt. Conquered. Conquered the same as occupied, okay? So is this easier than this or what?
Easier than what?
Is this the summary is easier than the one on in the book? So Sami, I'm going to send it to you. I don't think I have Julia's number.
I'll send you Julia's number.
I will send it to you and you can send. I don't think I have yours also.
Yeah, and
No, this
then I'll
is.
send it.
So
Yeah, I'll send it.
you can send it to Julia and we can see how to send it to Marlon next time.
Yeah, that's my mom's
Okay.
number. Yeah.
That's your mom's number. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let me rename it. So
Because this always happens. The teachers try and send me something and they go, Samia, why are you online? Why are you not in class? And I go, it's my mom, not me.
oh, okay, it's fine. I don't like so the
Because most teachers think I'm on my phone and I was concentrating.
okay, please send it to Julia also, okay?
Yeah, I will. I'll forward it.
Okay, so we will need to figure out a way to send it to Marlon next week. This is now it's much better and easier. So next time we can like actually make a quiz about the dynasties. Okay. Samia will kill my ears.
Imagine us, they've been at this for a year.
So
Even
it's
before
because
the
I
next
have the
came out.
headphones on. The speakers of my
Yeah, it's
laptop are
very
not like.
loud. Loud, yeah.
So let's take some general information about the pharaohs. Pharaohs means the pharaoh in Arabic, okay? I'm sure you're familiar
It's
with this
basically
word.
like a king of a kingdom.
Yeah.
Basically.
So the pharaohs was the most powerful person in ancient Egypt. Okay, so he is the king of. Okay, his title was the Lord of the two lands, the upper and the lower. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, he was the high priest of every temple. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see some images about pharaohs.
They usually wear a fancy gold skirt and like a big like crown thing, and it's made out of gold, and
Yeah,
sometimes it has
exactly.
colorful designs on it.
So this is how they look. Okay. So we don't have actual clear images. We only have like craft left on the bricks in Egypt that can tell us how they used to, what they used to wear and what they used to do. Okay.
Yeah, and apparently, if they die, their wife has to die too.
The what dies too?
If the king dies, his wife has to cut out her soul and die
Yeah,
too.
I know. I read this once before. I don't know why they used to do this. This is too bad for their wives.
Yeah.
And also they take all the gold and all everything that belongs to him to his grave.
It's basically they don't have something called a will.
Yeah. So let's
There's no
see.
such thing as when I die, you get this.
Yeah,
you
they
bury
think
it
that
on.
they can actually use the gold later on in his later life, second life.
Yeah.
So as the lord of the two lands, the pharaohs was the ruler of the upper and lower Egypt. He owned all the land, made laws, collected taxes, defended Egypt against invader. Okay, as sorry, as the high priest of every temple, the pharaoh represented the gods on earth. Okay, so he used to act like a god on the earth.
Yeah.
Okay, so he performed ritual and built temples to honor the gods. So the pharaoh wore a special crown with the cobra on it. So this is interesting. The Egyptian believed that the cobra was the goddess who would spit poisonous fire at the pharaoh's enemy. Imagine if this was true. So the throne of Egypt was primarily intended to be succeeded from the father to son. So this was inherited, okay?
Yeah.
So pharaohs often intermarried with daughters, granddaughters, sisters, and brothers to keep the throne within the family. So we wouldn't like find it weird if we saw a brother marrying his sister back then.
Yeah.
This is complicated.
As long as
Completely weird.
as long as
The throne stays within the family.
yeah, I read something about it. Apparently the son is not allowed to marry anyone that's not part of a rich and prestigious family.
Yeah, we still have some of these traditions nowadays. Uh, we have similar problem, but it's not like this much complicated between Prince Harry and Meghan. Do you know
Yeah,
them?
yeah. Megan was a model and she was not part of any royal families.
Yeah,
So her kid was not going to be given any type of title or protection. So they left and went
do
to
you know
Canada
why?
because they were scared that the kid's going to have dark skin.
Yeah, exactly. You see how much this is the like open-minded people. They were afraid of the color of the kid to be dark. This is why
Like
they said
Megan's.
that this kid cannot belong to the loyal family. That's why now Harry
Yeah,
and Meghan, they are living in USA. They are
Canada.
not
Yeah,
anymore living
I
in
thought they were
the,
Canada.
yeah. And they were like banned from the loyal right. Even
Yeah,
Harry,
it
even
was like
Prince
betrayed.
Harry.
The queen is way too strict. Her husband
Yeah.
died
Yeah,
actually.
Philip, Prince Philip.
He was 2 months away from being 100, and
Yeah.
all the years they were together, she never gave him a title.
No, shit.
She doesn't like anyone above her.
Women. So in addition to men, there were many famous pharaohs who contributed to the history of ancient Egypt, such as Ramses II, who was a strong pharaoh and who made Egypt more powerful and safe through war and conquest. Okay, Tutankhamun, who was called the Boy King because he died at the age of 18. Also, because he died early, not because he ruled early. And Queen Hatshepsut, who was the first female to become a pharaoh. So she used to wear the clothing of the king and false beard. She encouraged trade with other country using chips, and she was very powerful. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. Next time we will continue with the social life of ancient Egypt. You are for next week quiz, you need only to study the dynasties. You can either study them using the book or you can study them using the summary. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
and one last question.
Yes.
What do you think? What's our next topic after this?
We're
If
still
you don't,
studying the ancient Egypt.
Yeah, I know, but like after it.
Social, after the social, let's see. So we have, for better word, we will be talking about recycling and how to
And okay, global
yeah,
like pollution, all that stuff, global warming.
exactly. So
Okay.
next chapter will be much more easier and more fun. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm thinking to
yeah,
cut
okay.
this lecture, the ancient Egypt, off so we can read next time about it. And next, after 2 weeks, we can start with like saving our word, learning how to save
Yeah,
our word.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, ladies, stay safe. Happy Ramadan and see you
Thank
next
you.